Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your bonus reading. This is in addition to the reading that I did yesterday, and it was all about an obstruction, traitors, betrayal, people who had blocked your path. And Sagittarius, I'm doing an addition to that because I wanted to find out more information about who this might have been. Was this a person? Was it multiple people? Was it something else? Let's see. I'm going to go in depth about this traitorous energy. What's betrayed you in the past? What or who has betrayed you in the past here, Sagittarius? Just a couple more shuffles here and we'll get into the reading. Thank you again for your likes, your comments, your subscribes and your hypes. So appreciate that, Sagittarius. Please do keep it coming. It's a great way to support my channel. I am open for business when it comes to personal readings, offering specials at the moment. So if you'd like discounted rates, you can for the summertime in the Northern Hemisphere. You can contact me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. All right, Sagittarius, let's see. This traitorous energy that has been around you. I'm going to get a card from this deck. Message for Sagittarius about what or who has betrayed them in the past, please. In addition to the reading that I did earlier. Okay. We have Melusine here, which is about needing quiet time. Yeah. Well, there's stillness here. I think that you've had to take time for yourself. Why? Because you've felt betrayed. I mean, it's a pretty obvious energy that I'm picking up there. Now, Melusine, it feels High Priestess-like, so this time of reflection has been a learning time for you, Sagittarius, to quietly go within, to find a sense of delight in your true self. Yeah. You know, I don't think that you need to explain yourself to anyone at this time, Sagittarius, and you don't need to let's say if somebody says, oh, why are you doing this, Sagittarius, or you should be doing this, or they're trying to run your life, or they're trying to direct you in a certain way. No. I think that you need this alone time, or you have needed this alone time in the recent past, so that well, the thing is, you don't have to explain this to anyone. That's the thing. It's none of their business, to be quite frank. Yeah. Now, Melusine is a French water goddess. She was raised in the Isle of Avalon. Yeah, and she spent a lot of time alone, and then one day this nobleman, of course they're always a nobleman, aren't they, in these old tales, this nobleman meets her and falls in love instantly and proposes. She agrees to marry him as long as he promised to leave her alone every Saturday. Okay. Now, she bore him 10 sons. Whoa! But one Saturday, her husband's curiosity got the best of him. And what he saw when he spied on her when she was alone while bathing, she shapeshifted into a water dragon. And when she discovered that he had failed to honor her one condition, she flew on her dragon's wings back to Avalon, secretly returning at night to nurse her 2 youngest sons. So she was a devoted, loving person, and at the same time she knew her well-being depended on regular alone time. Yeah, during which she could let herself fully inhabit her water dragon form, her more passionate, her more fiery, her more, I guess, exciting part of herself. She just knew that this is something that she had to do, but she had to do it without an audience, because the perception by people around her would be quite different. She'd be misunderstood. She'd fear judgment. And by taking this time, she could, for herself, she could then be someone who gave to others throughout the rest of the week. So she just needed that one day, damn it. But he couldn't leave her alone just for that one day. So you have to stay true to yourself here, Sagittarius. Yeah. There's a time for assertiveness, a time for boldness, and then there is a time for no action. And you know what? You don't have to apologize. You don't have to explain. You just have to do it for yourself. Attune to your own needs. Pull back, stay silent, or set boundaries around your time. You know, you have the right to do this. And whatever you're going through at this time, you're going to get through it, but you're going to get through it the way that you get through it. And there may be a lot of people trying to say to you what you should or what you should be doing at this time. Everyone has this opinion, but you know what? You know. If this is about these traitors that you had around you, I feel that you've had to take some quiet time to get your independence back. And it's been a process, Sagittarius. It really has. Now, right in the middle here, we've got the 3 of coins. Yeah. Respect. Respecting the process, respecting your creative process, respecting how you live your life, how you do things. In the past, we've got this 10 of coins, the King of Cups, and in the future, we've got this 7 of coins. Sagittarius, yeah, building something quite different here in the future. It is a process. Now, for you, what has betrayed you in the past has been your pure heart, your loving heart, because you've given very generously of yourself, and perhaps you've given a little bit too much time, too much of your independence, too much of your power, and maybe even too much of your hard-earned cash to some people, Sagittarius, to people who have preyed on your compassion, your beautiful heart, and your unconditional love. Some of you may have been brought up in a family in the past that was let's just say there wasn't a lot of money to go around. So I don't feel that for a lot of my Sagittarians out there, you've been lucky in terms of money, in terms of like having it just fallen into your lap. You've had to work for it. Some of you may have married into it in the past, but you've had to give a lot of yourself in order to gain some money. You've had to give up independence. You know, some of you would rather have been doing things that were more creative, but you've had to give that up in order to work for money. Some of you have had children that you've had to obviously pay for their welfare. Well, not all of you, but for a lot of you. We have this 2 of Cups here as your best path to follow. I like that, you know. This is really giving you permission, Sagittarius, this reading, to take this time. If someone around you is being demanding, take this time for yourself. You get to dictate here, because I feel that in the past you've been dictated to. So now you're dictating. You're putting up some personal boundaries to people around you at this time. So don't feel like you need to overcompensate or overwork or... No, just take the time that you need. Don't feel pressure at this time. Retreat, relax. Yeah, okay. The Sun, lovely. You have choice here with that 2 of Cups, and I'm going to get a card on that 2 of Cups. Oh, compassion. And we also have the sacral chakra, which wanted to come out as well. I'm not surprised to see that. Yeah. You know, a lot of you have been betrayed in the past because of sexuality. It could have been that you were cheated on. A lot, Sagittarius. And I only laugh because I've been there myself many times. So, you know, your beautiful heart going into relationships with this unconditional love, only to be met with unavailability from people giving their heart to somebody else. I think enough's enough, isn't it, Sagittarius? I mean, your compassion only goes so far. And you're really making a choice to bring your own happiness here. So this betrayal has been, I feel, in love, in marriage. Four of Swords. You know, you need to take some time to recuperate, rest. Maybe just read a book or do something for yourself. Get an image of you sitting by the seashore and just listening to the sound of the water lapping up against the shoreline. Maybe watching some birds go by. It doesn't even matter if it's sunny. It could be an overcast day and you'll still feel a very positive vibe, a very positive energy there. Queen of Wands. Well, look, there you are. The Mother of Dragons. And didn't we say that this lady here was the water dragon, the French water dragon? Well, here we have the Mother of Dragons. I'm using the Game of Thrones deck in honor of my excitement for season 3 of House of Dragons. Yeah. So the Queen of Wands is here in the upright. Yeah, well, all of this energy that you've given to people in the past that betrayed you, family members, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, colleagues, people who were supposed to be on your side but weren't, these backstabbers that we had in that reading yesterday. Taking time for yourself to give all of that beautiful energy, feed it back to you. You need that energy at this time. So health-wise, I feel that for you, taking the foot off the gas pedal at the moment and slowing down. Don't feel pressured to do anything. Take time. You need this alone time. You need this quiet time, especially if you run off your feet dealing with other people at this time. Remember, we had the tale of this lady who said, look, just give me this one day, all right? I'll do everything for you every other day, but just give me this one day. Yeah, it feels like needing to put your foot down. Other people are probably not going to like it because they're used to having full access to you all the time, but you're going to be someone who's less accessible, less available. Yeah, because people have been that way for you in the past. They've been selfish. They've been acting on their own behalf. So when it's time for you to do so, you know, they have to respect that. 8 of Cups is what's hidden. Yeah. You know what? The hordes are at the door. You're just walking away and say, you know how many F's I give? 0. Oh, Sagittarius, you're putting all of this beautiful compassion and empathy on yourself, and you need it right now. Put it where it's needed, guys. Absolutely. This 8 of Cups. Meditation to dig deep. Yeah. Again, this energy of quiet time. Now, meditating doesn't have to mean sitting there and cross-legged and going om. No. It can mean going out and doing something like we've got this figure here digging in the garden. Maybe spending time with a treasured pet or an animal friend. Could even be spending some time walking around in hiking or by that seashore I was talking about earlier. Whatever meditation feels like to you. Going out and going to the grocery store and looking in the natural foods aisle and seeing what foods could be more healthy for you. Anything that you do in that respect here, Sagittarius, is going to be of benefit for you. Now, these people who betrayed you, you're putting up a boundary to them, saying some of them you have to be around because they could be family members, or you have duties or obligations. But you know what? When they come to the door, you just say, no, this is my time. This is my time and I need it. Yeah, true love is yourself first and foremost here, guys. And I think that for you, you know, you're saying to yourself, you know, I've given so much of my unconditional love to others, and what have I gotten back? I've gotten betrayed for it. So you know what? Who is recognizing your true value and worth? It's you, Sagittarius, and that's the energy that you're in. Beautiful, beautiful, Sagittarius. Let's see any other messages here for Sagittarius moving forward. Pulling weeds. Yeah, release these weeds. I mean, could be what this person, some of you are actually physically pulling weeds in the garden, and while you're doing it, you're thinking of the people that have betrayed you. Poison those weeds. I mean, you know, metaphorically, of course. Don't go doing anything rash here, Sagittarius, but with this energy of release, pulling weeds. Wow. Yeah, getting out in nature. Some of you, your destiny lies in doing something more naturalistic, whatever that means. You could be working with animals or on a farm, or you could be going on a more natural kick here. Yeah, pulling weeds. Weeding your life, of course, means releasing people, situations that are dragging your energy down, especially if it's making you feel any kind of way, angry, sad, tired, exhausted. If there is someone in your life who leaves you feeling exhausted, this card suggests it may be time to spend less time with them. If your home, if your workspace feels cluttered, or something in your life feels a bit drab, get that clutter clearing going on, letting go of things that you don't use or that don't bring you joy. When you pull those weeds, you can heal the need to be in control, and the tension about acting in a certain way or needing things to follow a certain path begins to fall away. You know, weeding allows for those things that you want to have happen in your life. We were talking about that yesterday. So part of the weeds here is this energy of betrayal in the past. Releasing that energy will allow those floodgates to open, so all those train gates I was talking about yesterday in that reading, to open and allow you to move past the obstacle, move past the blockage there, Sagittarius, so that you can finally have some space in your life for good things to come in. And boy, it wants to. Now, while you're doing this weeding, of course, you're not just casually throwing it out, because, I mean, this is your life. So you're taking some time here to reflect and to examine what went on here. You know, the inner and the outer clutter in your life. Removing the clutter without examining why it's there in the first place, it will just keep growing back, those weeds. So that's the thing with weeds, isn't it? You really have to get to the root of it to pull it out. Otherwise it just keeps growing back. You know, you can't pull it out just the surface part. You've got to get to the root. Okay, well, with that in mind, what do you need to do here, Sagittarius? What does Sagittarius need to release, please, Spirit? Oh, okay. Surrender to wonder and awe, and surrender ego. Yeah. Well, a lot of that has to do with naturalistic approach. Because, Sagittarius, you're a natural beauty. So don't fall into the trap of feeling like you need to act a certain way, look a certain way, be a certain way. Or if anyone that looks very different to you, is judging you, putting you in a box, ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. Don't allow the weed to grow there in the first place. You know, that's the ego. is knowing from that pure heart space that you are who you are, and that you have strengths, you have weaknesses, but choosing to focus on the strengths in a humble way allows you to be beautiful on the inside and on the outside. And while there may have been people who were emotionally unavailable to you in the past because they were more attracted to more superficial or what they thought was acceptable in their lives for whatever reason, and it could have been any number of things. Who knows what goes on in people's minds and why they choose one person over another. Unfortunately, I'm getting this energy of people who know who their true love is and yet choose someone else because of very superficial reasons, money, power, whatever. So that may have been the betrayal. You may have been betrayed by people who were acting from that very strong ego perspective, but you are stepping above and beyond that and choosing a more natural existence that favors yourself. It doesn't favor anybody else here. And by cultivating an energy of gratitude for the life that you have, guess what comes into your life? The life that you've always wanted. Yeah. Now, you have been of service to others, but of course you need to be more of service to yourself at this time. Come from your heart. Yeah. And open to this magic of surrendering to positive things coming into your life, with this surrendering to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Yeah. Anything else here? When it comes to these betrayals from the past, Spirit, yes, you didn't receive the support and love that you needed. And that's the root of the issue. Pulling it out, acknowledging it, understanding it, and then pulling it out by the root and saying, okay, I know what has affected me in the past. I know what has kept me from feeling supported in my destiny. I know what it is now. So now I can look at it and understand it and rewire my life to a different path. Yeah, a path of confidence and a path of natural success. It's always been there, this destiny of yours, but what's been blocking it is the lack of support and love that you've received in your life. But giving it to yourself first and foremost, and understanding that that's where it comes from, and not seeking it from others. That's the place of, that's your seat of power with that Queen of Wands there. That's your seat of power. And it's not you needing to prove yourself in any way. It's none of that. It's by feeling more relaxed, poised, confident, graceful, enjoying your very existence, and surrendering to silence. Yeah, for some of you it's just being in this very still, contemplative, high priestess energy. Know thyself. By knowing yourself, you make very good decisions about your life, because you're able to understand that when you're poised to make a decision, you know why you've made perhaps some bad choices in the past, and knowing why you've made those bad choices, getting to the root of it, pulling it out, you no longer feel fear around making those same choices again. And it's okay to take time for yourself, especially if people around you are too overwhelming at this time, putting too much onto you. There's something that I'm getting here, Sagittarius, about people around you could be feeling betrayed by you at this time because you're not giving as much. But you know what? You have to stop giving to the ones that are not giving you anything. I mean, it's like you having all of this beautiful emotional availability being met by this brick wall. Give all of your love to yourself at this time, Sagittarius. Okay. Well, yeah, we're probably getting a little defensive. I get it. But surrendering defensiveness. Hard to do, guys. I mean, I'm really feeling a little bit defensive here. It feels more like boundaries. I mean, it's a fine line between defensiveness and having a boundary. I guess that's what Spirit is trying to tell us here. A fine line between a personal boundary and defensiveness. So on this card it's saying to communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered. Hear anyone out. Okay, well, if you have someone who's been a cheater or has been betrayed you in the past, hear them out. Don't be defensive, surrender to silence, hear them out, stay centered. And then maybe take some time for yourself before you offer a clear non-defensive response. So you could be receiving communication from one or more of these people. So rather than act from a defensive place, from someone who's perhaps lacking in empathy or is, I'd say, especially if they're trying to engage you with some sort of reaction, best case scenario, I think, rather than engage with someone who's acting in that way, they could be acting very cold, unemotional, even cruel, manipulative in some way. Then I think you have to step back. Okay, Sagittarius, step back. Surrender to the silence, offer silence in response. Letting go. Surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. I think it's time for this energy to finish, to be completely gone. This will lead you in the right direction. I see this as very much on your fire horse here, this year of the fire horse. Being strong, valiant, courageous, and after having looked deeper. Well, we had that throughout the reading, that you're using this time to look deeper. It's really igniting this courage, this Queen of Wands. I'm going to get a card on that, actually. Igniting this courage, this Queen of Wands energy. Let's see, get one from this deck. Please clarify the Queen of Wands. Parking angel. Remember I got that yesterday with the, I had it as the train stopped at the crossing. Well, this one feels very similar. This parking angel energy. Not forever, just a temporary energy, Sagittarius. It's like, just sitting in your parking space here. Don't be in a hurry. Don't waste your precious time doing busy work at this time, Sagittarius. That's really all I'm getting, guys. I mean, I just got blank space there. Blank space. Okay, this blank space is waiting for you. It's like, when you're driving around and you're wishing for a space to fit into with your car. A space is opening up space. Okay, what is that all about for Sagittarius, please? What is this energy about with this parking angel, please, Spirit? Let love grow. Okay, space to let love grow. Because for some of you, you may have been closed off to love for a while because of you've been defensive towards love because of betrayal. I mean, you've had to build up strength. You've had to get back to a place of feeling confident with yourself, and so you're not willing to relinquish that independence. So this parking space is just for you to stay with the energy so that you allow time Don't be in a rush to have love in your life. Yeah, Lavaria, letting love grow. Let's talk more about it, guys. Lavaria. The energy around this one. They have this couple in this embrace. Lavaria is all about healthy expressions of love. You know, the past here has allowed you to feel limited when it comes to the experience of love. So Spirit is wanting you to let go of that so that a new concept of a love evolves in your heart and mind. Okay. You may have had dealings with people who were very egotistical, narcissistic. Yeah. It may have been a narcissist empath paradigm. It could have been control as well. These couple are locked in an embrace, but there's no ability to grow there. There's no growth possible because the embrace is just too. It's a codependent kind of energy. It's definitely a time in the future to find a more balanced love. You know, we have this energy of surrendering to receiving and supporting. Rethink what love is in your life and how you express it and how other people express it. If you want someone loving and kind, make sure that you put out that energy of being kind and loving also. If you want someone who is secure in themselves and wants a healthy, positive commitment, then you put out that energy too. Now, don't act opposite to what you've always wanted. Yeah. So if you have this defensiveness, if you have this posture of I'm independent, I want to be alone, but yet deep down you really want love, Spirit is saying allow this space to come into your life for love to fill it. Lavaria is the soulmate card. Now, of course, when it comes to receiving support and love, you do have a mate out there. But, you know, it doesn't even have to be a lover. I mean, it could be like an animal companion. It could be a very treasured friend. It could be a family member even. You know, look, Spirit is saying love is there. It's available to you even in this time of solitude. Look deeper to find that space. Look deeper to find that space, Sagittarius. Yeah, the defensiveness has to be let go of. Now, it's understandable why it was there, but it's also blocking you from achieving love in the future. Finding this compassionate space for yourself and being in this Queen of Wands energy, giving that time for yourself is allowing this space to open up for love to grow again in your life. It's getting you to that place of igniting your courage again, your confidence in love. You're having to reignite your confidence in love after probably a lifetime of betrayal in love, Sagittarius. So let's see, I'll get you one more card here, guys. One more card for Sagittarius. Message for Sagittarius, please, moving forward. Florida waters. That's interesting. I used to live there. Natural form enchanted potion, red roses, and cleansing. Yes, well, that's the thing. It feels like something in your soul is being cleansed here and purified. It's a very healing waters. And we had the water dragon here. Yeah. You've needed time for yourself to heal, to cleanse. We had that Four of Swords energy. But with red roses and the enchanted potion here, you're someone who's meant to have. You're a lovely person. You're a very loving person, and so you will have love again in your life. It's just you've had to pull out these weeds first. But then there is this beautiful rose garden that grows in place of those weeds. Pulling out those weeds, the roses can grow. They can flourish. They can thrive. So consider yourself a red rose here in the garden that you're growing, Sagittarius. Maybe plant yourself, or maybe even buy yourself some flowers. It doesn't have to be roses, but I suggest that. Giving yourself that love, doing something for yourself every day that gives love to yourself will allow you to feel more loving and put more love out to the world. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Sagittarius. Wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can reach out to me. My links are down below. You can Google me, Gypsy Insights Tarot on Etsy, or you can email me. I have specials available. gypsyinsights@gmail.com. $29 US for a 10 to 15 minute one question personal reading with me. So if you'd like that, you can check me out in the links down below. Please do like, share, subscribe, hype, comment, do all those wonderful things. It really does help me out. Any way you can support my channel, I would be greatly appreciative. Thank you, Sagittarius, and bye for now.